The planet Mars has been explored remotely by spacecraft. Probes sent from Earth, beginning in the late 20th century, have yielded a large increase in knowledge about the Martian system, focused primarily on understanding its geology and habitability potential. Engineering interplanetary journeys is complicated and the exploration of Mars has experienced a high failure rate, especially the early attempts. Roughly 60% of all spacecraft destined for Mars failed before completing their missions. And some failed before their observations could begin. Some missions have met with unexpected success, such as the twin Mars exploration rovers, Spirit and Opportunity, which operated for years beyond their specification. As of February 2021, there are 2 operational rovers on the surface of Mars, the Curiosity and Perseverance rovers, both operated by the United States of America Space Agency NASA. A third rover, part of the TIANWEN-1 mission, is currently attached to its orbiter, and is planned to land in May 2021. There are 8 orbiters surveying the planet: Mars Odyssey, Mars Express, Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, Mars Orbiter Mission, MAVEN, the Trace Gas Orbiter, the TIANWEN-1 Orbiter, and the Hope Mars mission, which have contributed massive amounts of information about Mars. The stationary lander InSight is investigating the deep interior of Mars. No sample return missions have been attempted for Mars and an attempted return mission for Mars. Moon Phobos failed at launch in 2011. In all, there are 11 probes currently surveying Mars, with a 12th, the Ingenuity helicopter, currently attached to the underside of Perseverance, and a 13th, the TIANWEN-1 rover, that is in Martian orbit but has not landed yet. The next missions expected to arrive at Mars are: Mars has long been the subject of human interest. Early telescopic observations revealed color changes on the surface that were attributed to seasonal vegetation, and apparent linear features were ascribed to intelligent design. Further telescopic observations found 2 moons, Phobos and Deimos, polar ice caps, and the feature now known as Olympus Mons, the solar system's second tallest mountain. The discoveries piqued further interest in the study and exploration of the red planet. Mars is a rocky planet, like Earth, that formed around the same time, yet with only half the diameter of Earth, and a far thinner atmosphere. It has a cold and desert-like surface. One way the surface of Mars has been categorized is by 30 quadrangles, with each quadrangle named for a prominent physiographic feature within that quadrangle. The minimum energy launch windows for a Martian expedition occur at intervals of approximately 2 years and 2 months. In addition, the lowest available transfer energy varies on a roughly 16-year cycle. For example, a minimum occurred in the 1969 and 1971 launch windows, rising to a peak in the late 1970s, and hitting another low in 1986 and 1988. Starting in 1960, the Soviets launched a series of probes to Mars, including the first intended flybys and hard landing. The first successful flyby of Mars was on the 14th to the 15th of July 1965. By NASA's Mariner 4. On November 14, 1971, Mariner 9 became the first space probe to orbit another planet when it entered into orbit around Mars. The amount of data returned by probes increased dramatically as technology improved. The first to contact the surface were 2 Soviet probes, Mars 2 lander on November 27 and Mars 3 lander on December 2, 1971. Mars 2 failed during descent and Mars 3 about 20 seconds after the first Martian soft landing. Mars 6 failed during descent but did return some corrupted atmospheric data in 1974. The 1975 NASA launchers of the Viking program consisted of 2 orbiters, each with a lander that successfully soft landed in 1976. Viking 1 remained operational for 6 years. Viking 2 for 3. The Viking landers relayed the first color panoramas of Mars. The Soviet probes Phobos 1 and 2 were sent to Mars in 1988 to study Mars and its 2 moons, with a focus on Phobos. Phobos 1 lost contact on the way to Mars. Phobos 2, while successfully photographing Mars and Phobos, failed before it was set to release 2 landers to the surface of Phobos. Mars has a reputation as a difficult space exploration target. Just 25 of 55 missions through 2019, or 45.5%, have been fully successful, with a further 3 partially successful and partially failures. However, of the 16 missions since 2001, 12 have been successful and 8 of these are still operational. Missions that ended prematurely after Phobos 1 and 2 include: following the 1993 failure of the Mars Observer Orbiter, the NASA Mars Global Surveyor achieved Mars orbit in 1997. This mission was a complete success, having finished its primary mapping mission in early 2001. Contact was lost with the probe in November 2006 during its third extended program, spending exactly 10 operational years in space. The NASA Mars Pathfinder (GA)